Hey, what's going on YouTube? Raven89 coming at you again. This is the next video of the tutorial series that we're doing with our mono white deck with the tutorial in Magic the Gathering Arena. Now this session we're going to be going against a mono green deck. So the thing about mono green is it wants to smash you in the face. Basically mono green decks are usually a little bit slower decks. It takes a little bit to get their creatures out, but once those creatures hit the field, they're gigantic and hit really hard. So usually those decks are very just strong types of decks. They're actually one of my favorite decks. Is mono green is one of my favorites. So we're gonna go ahead and see how we can do against mono green, and we can kind of see how mono green works, what the creatures kind of look like, what the objective of mono green is, and just go from there. Let's go ahead and jump in. We are facing Vivian Reed. Look at them eyes. Powerful eyes. All right, so we got some mana, we got some lands, we have some we got some things going on here. So all right, so we're gonna play a land, and we have nothing else to play because everything costs more than one land, so it's gonna end our turn here. So here comes our opponent, play a land and end our turn. So the thing about mono green is, like I said, a lot of the creatures in mono green are really big, and because they are big creatures, they cost more to play for the most part. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can attack, go in and attack as hard and as fast as possible. We want to try to outspeed the mono green deck. So here we go. Let's see here. Let's see if we can attack. So this creature is a 2-drop, 1 colorless, 1 plains, and it's a 1 power, 1 defense, but it has double strike. So right here in the upper right hand corner of the card, it shows a little blurb explaining what double strike is, which in Magic the Gathering, it always will show you with the ability of what certain cards do. So double strike. This creature deals both first strike and regular combat damage. So basically what that means is it will do 1 damage. Its power is 1, so it will do 1 damage as first strike, which we talked about in the previous video, like 2 previous videos. You can actually see what first strike is. But basically it does first strike damage, it does 1 damage, and then it attacks again. It's like a double strike, it's double attack, and then it does regular combat damage after that. So we're gonna see that. The other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna attack, right? But we also have this card right here called Moment of Heroism. It's 1 colorless, 1 plains, and target creature gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink until end of turn. So again, +2/+2 means its power is going to increase by 2 and the defense is going to increase by 2. Now with this having double strike, it's going to now be a 3/3 with double strike. So it's going to do 3 damage with first strike and then another 3 damage as regular combat. Plus it's going to have lifelink. So lifelink in the upper right hand corner, as we explained before, damage dealt by this creature, planeswalker, or spell with lifelink also causes the controller to gain that much life. So it's going to be dealing 6 damage to the opponent, and we're going to gain 6 life. So we're going to see that happen here. So this is also an instant, so we can play it during our turn or our opponent's turn. We're playing it after we declared attacks, and we can do that with an instant before the blocking phase ends. So that's an instant speed. Now if this was a sorcery, this would not be able to be played at this point in time. We would have had to play it before we declared our attackers. So we're gonna go ahead and do Moment of Heroism. This is gonna get a +3/+3. There's 3 damage, another 3 damage, and we gain 6 life. So there we saw that. Okay, so he just played a big boy. So let's take a look. Let's play our land and let's take a look at what this thing does. So this is a 3-drop, 1 colorless, 2 forest. It's a creature dinosaur. It's got 2 power, 5 defense. So it's a big boy. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of a creature or land that isn't a mana ability, you may draw a card. Wow. Okay. So that's for activated abilities. This isn't an activated ability. Activated ability is like if something happens due to something, that's an activated ability, which in the previous video, the curated order that had an activated ability. So you guys, if you want to see what an activated ability is, you can check out the last video. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. So this is a little bit tough. So what we can do is we can attack, right, and do the same move again with the moment of heroism, and it would make it a 3/3. It would deal 3 damage to the creature, to the opponent's creature, if he blocks as first strike, and then he would do another 3 damage, which would kill this creature, but our creature would not die because he's only doing 2 damage to ours. So we can do that route, which I think that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to go ahead, and because again, moment of heroism is an instant, we don't have to play this right now. We can play it once we go into the blocking stage. So we're going to go ahead, click next. We're going to declare attackers, and then complete our combat selection. Now he's gonna block. So at this point, if I just let this happen the way it is, he would do 2 damage to us and we would die. This would do 1 damage to this as first strike, and then another 1 damage for combat. He has 5 defense, so it's not gonna die if we do that. So now what we're gonna do is now we're gonna play the moment of heroism. Give it a 3, so now there's 3 damage and then the other 3 damage, and we only took the 2 damage. So now we're gonna go ahead and play a fencing ace, another one of these creatures, and that's gonna be our turn. So now they put a land and they have another one of those. Great. Well, that's fun. So what we're gonna do is we're actually going to play our Angel of Vitality. We saw this in the last match, and now we're not going to attack, because if we attack, he's gonna kill one of our things, and I'd rather save it for blocking. So we're going to just skip our turn here. And it's a big boy. Okay. All right, cool. So we do have some plays here. So we have 5 lands. This costs 3, this costs 2, so we can play both of these cards without fear. So what we're going to do is this. We're gonna see if we can try to clear the field a little bit. So we're going to click next, declare our attackers, which we're gonna make everything attack. Wait, is that what I want? No. Four, 6, 10. You know what? Yeah, we were going to make everything attack. And this is my reasoning. So he's got 14 life. We have 32. Even if he's swinging with everything with big creatures, we're living and we don't really have to fear. So that's one thing you have to kind of think about when you're playing Magic the Gathering, is your life points is also a resource. Like, you can choose to take some damage in order to be able to make different moves and plays later on in the game. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be able to make myself vulnerable so I can do big damage now. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack with our Angel of Vitality, which they cannot block because it's a flying creature. Then we're going to do the fencing ace and then the other fencing ace. So what he's going to be able to do is be able to block both of these creatures with both of these if he wanted to. And then what I can do is I can use my moment of heroism and basically make one of his creatures die and mine live. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to do... The cats are fighting. Alright, so he's going to block there and block there. So now it's our time to choose what do we want to live and what do we want to die. So one of these creatures have to die. But one of these creatures are going to die too. So we had to make the decision as which one do we want to die more. This one, it's a 5/3 with hexproof. So hexproof means I cannot target this creature with any of my spells or abilities. And it's a 5/3. So the 3, its defense is pretty low. And then this one is the creature that we saw before. So in my eyes, I feel like killing this is more important. especially with like if I do it to this. Well, no, this will kill it too because of the first strike of the damage. So this is a toughie. This is a toughie situation. I think what we're going to do is we're gonna attack and kill. We're gonna kill the big boy here, the big defense guy. We're gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so we dealt 4 damage to the air, which it didn't. They can't block that. This killed that other dinosaur, and then this dinosaur still lived. So that is what it is. Now we have 3 mana left. We can go ahead and play our other Angel Vitality, and we can now use this as a blocker. Playing a land, played a Prized Unicorn. Alright, so Prized Unicorn is a 4-drop, 3 colorless, 1 forest, and then all creatures able to block Prized Unicorn do so. So this basically forces me to have all my creatures block that card, and then allows damage to go from the other ones. So here we have the Ward Scale Crocodile attacking for 5 damage. Now here's the thing, we have 40 life, 5 damage, we can take that. That's kind of chump. We could block this, but then we're losing potential damage up in the air, which this is 8 damage right here in the air. So we're actually going to let that damage go, no blocks. So now we're down to 35. All right, so that's a land. We can go ahead and play that, and now we're going to attack. We're going to attack with so in different situations, what you could do is just attack with the creatures up in the air. It's going to deal 8 damage, and if he blocked, so if I attacked with this too, that's lethal because this is 8 damage plus this has double strike, so that's 2. So that forces him to use this to block this, and then it's gonna kill it. So just to show like the forcing of plays, like my opponent has no option but to block this creature. So we're gonna go ahead and show that right there. There it does the 2 damage. We lose 2 damage here. That's gonna die. Theirs is gonna die, and now they're at 2 and we're at 35. So now he just played a card that gives it a +3/+3. He hit us hard with some 8 damage, but then he passed his turn. We're gonna go ahead, play Plains, and swing in. He can't block. That's game. So that's one thing you have to remember in Magic the Gathering is you can use your life points as a resource. You can sacrifice leaving yourself vulnerable, take some damage for the next turn to be able to potentially basically take them out, which that's what we did right there. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind. Other things you want to keep in mind is mono green, like I said, they're big creatures. All they want to do is basically take some time to ramp up, you know, their lands to be able to play a big creature, and they're just going to keep slamming big creatures on and on and on. And you have to be able to either have things to block that damage or kill it fast enough. So green is really fun. It's one of my favorite colors to play, but that is what it is. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace. Hey, what's going on YouTube? Thank you so much for checking out the video today. If you like the content what you saw today, check me out at Raven_89 on Twitch. I stream Monday through Saturday. I do morning sessions and night sessions and play a variety of different types of games such as Magic the Gathering Arena, Overwatch, Call of Duty, Warzone, Dead by Daylight, and much more. Definitely check me out, and also check out my Twitter. You can know when I go live, and also anytime I post anything funny or crazy, you can always check that information out too. Thank you guys for the support. Much Raven love. I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.